I've been camped in Idaho for about a week and a half, but I've been going to the grocery store right across the river in Oregon. So I've been to Oregon, but this is the first time my rig and dogs have made it to Oregon. And what is here to greet us? A rainy day. Of course, freaking rain. I'm passing through Baker City, Oregon, and just up a little bit further on the highway is where I got my first speeding ticket. I was driving from Portland down to Baker City to see my friend. Her parents had just moved down there, and I was 16 years old, and it was like 6 a.m. in the morning, and I was just hauling. And I totally got pulled over, got a ticket, first ticket ever. I can't remember, maybe it was like $80 or something like that. But that's what I remember about Baker City. Well, it's beginning to look very PNW, very Pacific Northwesty. I think that hill up there is covered all in Doug firs. So all of these plains are going to kind of disappear, and it's going to be all evergreens. So very much like home, like one of my homes. I don't know if I even have a home anymore. Everything, including this freedom of living on the road, has positives and negatives, and it's not always the same. It's not, certainly for me, it is not almost ever a vacation. But even if you're retired, let's say, it might not always feel like vacation. So, yeah, if you want to live in your RV or live in your RV and travel, totally different lifestyles, by the way, search your heart. What do you want to do? And then if you do, go do it. What are you waiting for? You can't make a mistake. There's never an end. There's never a, I made it. There's never anything like that. It always goes on. So, go out there and freaking follow your dreams. Gosh darn it. Yeah, look at all those Doug firs over there. PNW. So I'm getting diesel right now, and there's somebody that's filling it up for me. Bizarre. Haven't had to do that for a long time. It's too easy to forget. I kind of rather fill up my own fuel. I'm having anxiety or claustrophobia because the hills, they're tall. Like this one's tall on the side of the road, and then the trees are right on the side of the road, all tall. And it's just I just miss that openness, and it's almost too much of my past. So that's an example of how the outside, I'm very sensitive to my surroundings. So anyway, I always think, wouldn't that be cool if I could move back to Oregon because all my family's there? And I just don't think I can. I've enjoyed the rain the last few days. I can hear it on the roof, and it's really nice and comforting. But I don't think I can take it for that long. So it's funny, here I am all high maintenance or finicky. That's really it. Because when I'm down in areas that I'm familiar with that I've loved for very long, like the desert or the high desert, also, especially I like Texas a lot. I'm there, and I like Pensacola a lot. I'm there and I'm like, too hot, I need to get somewhere where it's cool. Wouldn't that be nice if there was streams running and it was fresh, cold water? Well, that's here. But then I have, finicky things. Too tall. Trees are too tall. I can't see that far. No open plains. So I'm I frustrate myself. I don't know, I just have this, grass is always greener on the other side. It's just how it is. But I definitely have preferences, and I should probably stick with those preferences. That's probably the bottom line. Because I've lived in those preferred places for years and loved them. I think I'm just ready for something slightly different. So, time will tell. So I'm at the top of a pass headed down into Pendleton, and the entire pass is red with some yellow and then more red. The whole way down is red. Holy cow. I wonder if there's an accident or something, or construction maybe. I'm having a bit of problem in my bathroom with my sink. When I turn it on, it's getting less and less of a dribble. Now, I've experienced this before in my other RV. When I pulled the plumbing apart far enough down the line, which was accessible in that RV, I found a bunch of calcification pebble things blocking the line. So I'm hoping that's what it is, because I have literally stopped using this sink, and I'm ready to start using it again. I don't like brushing my teeth in my kitchen sink as much. I know that if there is a blockage, it's farther down the line than the hot and cold pipes before they separate on this faucet. And I know it's beyond the connection to other lines because this is the only water source where I'm experiencing that. So you can see the cold and hot are the exact same dribble. What I'm going to do is I got a bunch of distilled white vinegar, and because it's distilled, it will help absorb those calcification pebbles or any, those mineral deposits that might be somewhere stuck blocking the water line. So I'm going to flood my system with as much distilled vinegar as possible. The great thing about the distilled vinegar is it also will kill off most things that bleach will, a little bit less. But so it's good to clean and disinfect the lines as well as potentially clear them from calcification. Like in another video I did, I'm going to use the same process by putting it in my water hose. The reason I'm not putting it in my tank or the winterizing source is because the hose, and right where the hose connects to the rig, is where I've always had the problem for algae. Well, I'm not treating algae this time, but because I'm using the vinegar that can help it, I may as well put it in the line where all of that stuff tends to originate. So that's why I put it in the hose and not fill it in my tank and prime the lines that way. I do it with the regular way that I get water, where all the problems come from when there are problems. So you can see it's finally, the vinegar is making its way through the line. It's creating this foam. It's all the reaction with the other gunk that's in the line. So I know that the vinegar has finally hit the faucet.
After 4 hours, I got a little bit better of a stream. So my next step is to remove these guys, let them soak. There's probably some stuff still hanging out in there, but that's significantly more than it used to be.
Since you've enjoyed this video and watched the channel, consider contributing on Patreon. Even just $1 a month goes a long way in support. Thanks for watching and see you next time.